had this eerie memory today. I remember learning about the KKK and Martin Luther King in my first grade class. And that day, when Jessica and I were walking home, we were walking in front of these kids, a group of white kids that had picked on others in the past that we've seen. I don't know if they could smell the fear because we had seen them while keeping distance before and had never been approached and they never bothered us. Today was different. I don't remember what was said to us or how they were messing with us. I just remember crying. I remember thinking that they were a part of the KKK, and somehow Jessica and I were on the same page. And when I say on the same page, I mean we didn't talk about this prior. We didn't say anything really. We just knew we needed to be very careful and fast about getting away from them. Also wondering if we made it home, as how I felt, then they would know where we lived. That was like a new fear. And though it was only about a mile, the walk felt like 3 hours long. I felt like our lives were in danger, and after seeing things in movies prior, being called a nigger in my first grade class, and noticing how the world worked, hearing and learning about the civil rights movement and the horrors that entailed achieving it, it was just like a validated fear. This memory came to me today after our little 6-year-old neighbor came banging on our door on nonetheless MLK Day. Myself and the kids were home. Gabriel and I were in the kitchen making coffee and having lunch. The littles were downstairs. Gabriel at the time thinks he hears the door, and it's like a low banging. At the same time, I hear a large vehicle, and Gabriel asks if he should just open the door. I tell him, not if you don't know who it is. This prompts me to tell them we never open the door, especially if we don't know who it is on the other side. Like if it's family, that's fine, and you hear, oh, it's Hannah, that's okay. But even if we know it's the delivery guy, we still don't open the door. I know it seems crazy, but people are literally being kidnapped from their homes. And Gabriel's like, yeah, even with papers and proof and IDs. And I go to the door and I just ask who it is. And no response. They come back to the door and start banging and then knocking. Still no verbal response. You can't see anything out of our door and we don't have a peephole. I see on the side of the house a large orange truck back away, and Gabriel said he saw a white van. They keep banging on the door. Henry says, should we call the police? I go to the door and hear more banging. Gabriel says, Mama, get away from the door. And Henry, we can't trust the police. I walk downstairs and call Nick and tell Gabe to call his uncle and ask if Hannah came by or if he can see anyone at our door because he lives right across the way. The door stops knocking and everything is quiet. We go back to what we were doing, just waiting to hear back from Uncle Matt. Archie and Rosalie ask Henry, why didn't we open the door? And Henry says, because we don't want to lose Mama. Very matter of fact. And they didn't even ask questions. Uncle Matt checks back and says it wasn't his daughter, but she did see Vinny, our 6-year-old neighbor, roaming around. Immediately, it all made sense. He is so young, such a cute little guy, no door-knocking etiquette. Plus, he does know he's around enough that we often don't hear the door from really anywhere in the house. The relief mixed with pain of our reality hit me so hard. Our government wants to rid our everyday life of people who look like me and my family, and they want us gone, or at least hidden away, for slave labor. They are going door to door with a list comprised of what requirements we don't know from where and of who. We have no idea whether it's lawful or unlawful. They are taking people and making it nearly impossible to get back safe. There are many videos of what they are not allowed to do legally explained, and just as many videos, if not more, of them doing exactly all of those things unlawfully. And even though I have seen them bust through the door with those big barrel things like you see in a movie drug raid, I still feel like our safest move is to just not answer the door. The connection between the memory and present day is still a little fuzzy, but it's there, no doubt. The memory was triggered by my very real fear of being harmed. Harmed in an environment that is familiar and supposed to be safe by people that live around us. The people who we've heard stories, but we're convinced we're safe to trust anyway. Now we fear because we see the actions coming for us.